I'm Kate. Usually I teach online, but for the sake of you seeing my body and my body language and my skills as a face-to-face teacher, let's imagine that I have a class of students in front of me and we are having the lesson on listening, speaking, and the third conditional sentences. We are in the middle of the lesson and now we have just listened to the video and we're going to discuss it. Let's start. So guys, you have just watched the video and you saw what happened. I see that a lot of you have made notes about it, right? Oh, somebody even drew the pictures. Well done, yes? So now I want you to work in pairs and compare your notes to see if you have missed something, right? So please make up pairs. Dania and Julia, yes, you're together. You guys together. And you guys together. Yep. Right, you work in a group of 3. Good. So compare your notes, see if you have something missing. These notes are important for us. We're going to discuss them a little bit later. Good. Okay guys, now we are going to listen to the second part of this video in which Benjamin thinks what might have gone differently so that the situation wouldn't happen. So here is the video part and you have the handouts. Let me show them to you. This is how the handout looks. Please take it out. Yes? Good. Now guys, I want you to work in pairs. While we watch the second part of the video, I want you to work in pairs and help each other out. If one of you doesn't hear what word was used, the second partner can help, right? In the same pairs, you guys work in a group of 3. Yeah, good. So as you can see, we need to fill in the gaps in these sentences. These are real sentences that Benjamin says. So you can orient on the context. Right now, look at these sentences. It will make it easier for you to listen for details. Ready? Good. So guys, one word should be in each gap, or maybe one contracted verb. What does it mean? Yes, like hadn't, haven't, maybe something else. So we are listening, maybe watching the video, then I give you 1 minute to discuss in pairs so that you could compare and help each other out, right? And then we will discuss the forms which we have in these sentences. Let's get started.
And if only one.
Okay, now you have 1 minute to compare your answers and to help each other. Yeah, that's the right word. Good. Well done. Okay, let's check the answers. What do you have in the first sentence? Right. Had happened. Okay, what do we have in the second sentence? Broke. Broken, right you are. Well done. Broken. Because we can see here hadn't. What tense is it? Past perfect. Good. Okay. The next sentence. Good. Hadn't. That's a contraction. You're right. Well done, guys. And the last one was a difficult one. Yeah, you got it, guys. Well done. So, yeah, it's would and v. What is v here? Right, you had help. Well done. And that's it. Now I want you to work in pairs and discuss what are these forms? Had, hadn't, broken, had moved, wouldn't, crossed. You discuss in pairs if Benjamin is talking about real events or unreal events, events in general or events in the past. 1 minute for discussion, please. Okay, good. Let's have a whole class discussion. What have you come up with, guys? Sonia? Yeah, we are talking about unreal events. Unreal events. And we use such forms to talk about present, general, future, what? Past unreal events. Past unreal events. Does it remind you of something? Yeah, sure. A week ago we discussed present unreal events. What form did we use for that? What grammar pattern? Unreal second conditional. Well done. Now, this is going to be also an unreal conditional. If we already had the first, the second, this one is going to be the third. Well done. Now we are going to work with the form of it, right? So please, in pairs, look at these forms again carefully and make up the formula for the third conditional. Write on your own in pairs. I will go and check. If you have any problems, you can ask me questions. Then we will return to the class discussion. Everyone will understand eventually what it is. Let's get started. Okay, so guys, you tell me what to write. I will write the formula for us. We use two parts, yes, in this sentence. The first part starts with if. Okay. And then goes what? Present perfect? It's not present. Yes, past perfect. Something at least which looks like past perfect. So we will not even call it past perfect. Yeah, let's just call it the form of had plus past participle. Good. The verb in its third form. This was the first part of the sentence. And then goes the second part. What do we use here? Some subject here, and then would. Good. And afterward, do we change somehow this have into has for he, she, it? No, why not? Because of would. Would is a modal verb, right? You are would have, and then goes the verb in the third form. Well done. So this is the formula for talking about unreal situations in the past, which you cannot change. They just happen this way. But you think, what if they had happened differently, right? Good. Now let's return to these sentences and discuss some contracted forms, like hadn't, would've, and others. These contracted forms should be pronounced correctly, right? How would you pronounce this word in the full form? Had not. And now contracted form, hadn't, they come together, right? Let's repeat. Hadn't. Hadn't. Good. And now this one. Would've. Would've. Let's try to make it very smooth. Would've. Would've. Good. Now I will read some sentences to you. You need to say if I pronounce the full form or contracted form. If you hear the contracted form, raise your hands, right? Okay. Sometimes the sentences I read, they are not in the same form as you can see on the screen, so be careful. That shoelace hadn't broken. Daisy and her friend would have crossed the street. Yes? Good. Well done. Now I want you to work in pairs and to read the sentences to each other. The first attempt, full forms. The second attempt, contracted forms. I will go and monitor. If I see that you need some assistance, I will help. So please work in your pairs. Okay guys, well done. What we are going to do now, we are going to rethink the whole story. Let's imagine that it wasn't for that girl who broke her shoelace, it wasn't for that guy who stopped for a coffee. Some other events happened.